hmm that U.S. Chamber of Commerce Association of Businessmen and professional persons mainly interested in industrial development, civic improvement, and legislation. Yeah. A lot of these different associations and membership organizations, they all say that they're lobbying for certain laws to be passed. Yeah. And I emailed the Chamber of Commerce in Washington, D.C. Yes. Numerous other locations, and then I emailed the Chamber in other nations. Yeah. But what's been the problem is that somebody was obstructing my emails. See, they just don't want to enforce my rights as a citizen of the United States. Now, let's run through the Chamber of Commerce in each and every city of the United States and all the members. Yep. Because when you obstruct me from participating in the lawmaking, yes, I'm not able to introduce new legislation that requires the United States government to have to purchase my bricks. Now, since we have to pay to take the garbage away, yes, and you've been putting it in the ground, yeah, I would rather incinerate it, yes, make fireproof bricks, yes, and then build the buildings out of that, yes, so as to reduce the risk of fire spreading. Yes. Now, these sprinkler systems are real. Yep. And I'm thinking for sure on the salt fusion. And then, of course, I manufacture electricity every time I incinerate any garbage. Yeah. And I'm wanting to sell that too. Ooch. So I would say that you're definitely violating numerous laws. Now, when I look at the individuals that contribute to the Chamber of Commerce, yes, they said they had no liability. Oh, give me the chambers. Yeah. See, they do. They use their organization to affect legislation as it affects businesses. Yes. And they influence state legislatures as well as the United States federal government. Yeah. Now, I'm wanting to have some effect on this nation. Yes. And as much as you might not appreciate the penny, yes, if you don't have 100 of them, then you don't have a dollar. Yes. See, really, all I have to do is take the back of a penny. Yes. I could call the U.S. Mint and say, well, I really don't like this shield. Yes. It implies that the government is an authoritative, yes, police state. Yeah. Where we are all going to do what you say because you're the government. Yeah. But I like this building on the back of the penny because that's been there for the last 50 years. In fact, let's call the U.S. Mint and ask them if they've been redesigning any other coins. Yes. We have that 50 state coin that has these pretty designs on the back of it. Yes. But it looks like the dime has stayed the same. Yes, it has. Nobody's really redesigned that. Yes. So all I need is the penny. Yes. To make sure that you never have a dollar. That's all I need. I just need the penny. I said on Guam, I thought it was somewhat weird that they put Abraham Lincoln on the front of it. Yes. The individual that had the Emancipation Proclamation. Yeah. The guy that introduced the 13th and 14th Amendments of the Constitution. There's what's known as due process, where you said it doesn't violate substantive as well as procedural due process when you issued a dissolution of marriage. You says that it doesn't violate substantive or procedural due process when my wife had you issue a protection order, where I was not given any notice or opportunity to be heard, where there was no arrest in the state of Washington, yes, where you continued to put me in jail knowing I hadn't committed any crimes. So why don't you get me the employees of the U.S. Mint and every coin that's being manufactured by the U.S. Mint? Yes, I'd like to have some say on exactly what the coins look like. Now we had that Sacagawea. Do you remember that coin? Yes. And the Susan B. Anthony. Then there was the Eisenhower. Yes. Now, a long time ago, when I was born on July 13th of 1970, yes, my grandfather, Edward Budnick, had given my parents, yes, that were not of legal age to be called adults, yes, Kitsap County, where they had filled out an application for a marriage license at 17 years old instead of 18 years old, yes, and had said they were adults when they weren't. Pooch. Now, you said it didn't affect me when growing up. Yeah. that both of my parents acted like they were adults, but they weren't. They were 17 years old. That's cool. Now, when I got to be older, yes, Sandra Taylor, known as Sandra Budnick, known as Sandra Condit, yes, that was the biological daughter of Raymond Arthur Arp, yeah, had given me one Eisenhower dollar when I was approximately 5 to 6 years old. Yes. And then when I got back from Guam, I stayed at my grandmother's house from January 7th of 2012 until approximately March of 2012, before I moved to 1023 Kitchen Dick Road. Well, while in Auburn, I went to a pawn shop and I paid $1.40 for an Eisenhower dollar. Yes, he did. And then I walked into a Bank of America and I showed the Eisenhower dollar and I said, "Well, now listen there, Bank of America. Yeah, since you have 20 to 25% of all the mortgages in the United States of America, you're going to do what I want because I'm going to tell you what to do." Yes, because anytime I bring out a penny right now, now I walked to a Fred Meyer's. Yes, he did. And there was some Mormon missionaries there. Oh, kind of making fun of me like I didn't know what was going on. Boo! You know, I can't see. You can't see. But I stopped by the Chase Bank there and I traded in my $1 Eisenhower dollar for $1 paper money. And there in the Fred Meyer's in Auburn, Washington, I told the teller at the bank there, I said, "I want you to keep this for Jamie Dimon." Yes, because I thought JP Morgan Chase had in some way thought that we were all going to be on each other. Yes, we were going to be virtualized. Yes, so that we could all read each other's thoughts and then know each other's memories. Yeah. Now, when I got to the JP Morgan case right now, it sounded stupid. Yes. That I was going to tell Bank of America what to do. Yes. I was going to tell JP Morgan Chase what to do. Yes. That I, as a citizen of this great nation,